That should be enough time. Good evening, everybody. I am, of course, Joe Drilling, and with me, my broadcast partner, Mr. Eric Allen.
Whoa, hey Joe.
Hey, and tonight we're on the road to WrestleMania, so we're gonna check out the WWF Legends mod for WWF No Mercy on the N64.
It's a nice looking font.
It is. They really went. The guy who is largely responsible for this has really gone above and beyond. Here. I was going to do a pay-per-view and just play through a whole pay-per-view, but then you only get one arena, so I'm just going to do some exhibition matches to just sort of show off the different
They have like a bunch of classic like pay-per-view cards that you can play through. Is that
no, you have to create the card yourself, but it's got a bunch of different pay-per-view arenas. So
I don't know, is this the same mod that you installed like, I don't know, 6 years ago?
It is, but this is
at length on an episode of On the Stick way back in the day.
It is, but it's an updated version of that. So we've got some different some belts here. There is obviously a blurred out NWA World Championship option because I think Ric Flair hasn't been added yet, and once he is, then
okay.
I hope that the belt
$1 million champion is in this. That's very good.
Yes.
Also, those character portraits are fantastic.
They really are, and you'll see in a minute the textures here are also just really great. So I'm actually just gonna start by just kind of doing a jobber match just to sort of get a sense of, to sort of see kind of...
Just go through the roster, I guess.
Oh, yeah, well, yeah, we can do that. So, you've got your Hogan and all his different various and sundry outfits. Of course, you've got Andre, because, you got to. Savage, Macho King version, DiBiase.
Various states of Andre's mutton chops is very good.
Yes, absolutely. I'm a big fan of DiBiase's glittery tuxedo.
Mm-hmm.
Different face paints and stuff for Warrior. Chest painted, chest not painted.
And the baby blue Intercontinental title belt.
I'm not sure. Piper with a variety of hairstyles and facial expressions, which is pretty great. Honky Tonk Man in his jumpsuit, in his different tights, with the "Don't Be Cruel" written on the butt. Heartbreak Hotel. Undertaker, with varying hairstyles, eyes whited out.
You have the American Badass.
No, this is only classic Undertaker.
Classic Undertaker.
Yep.
I mean, that's kind of classic at this point. It's like 15 years.
This
ago.
is very late 80s, early 90s is like what the era this game is going for. So you've got Kurt Hennig in his trunks, a sort of AWA Kurt Hennig, and then of course you've got the Mr. Perfect, the classic dual color two-tone singlets. Beefcake in that look that, as Jesse Ventura, as Ventura once described, it looks like a hand grenade exploded in his pocket. And of course, a ton of detail paid to Rick Rude and his amazing tights. You've got what I believe are the Cheryl Roberts tights. You've got the just simply ravishing with his own face on his butt, and of course you've got the ridiculous Ultimate Warrior, Rude on the front, Warrior on the back, trunks, which I think are my favorites. Kamala, the Ugandan giant, in a couple of different body paint and sarong sort of configurations.
Oh boy.
The bad guy, just in really the different colored Razor trunks. Purple's my favorite, I think. The Beast from the East, in his various sort of WWE looks. None of the ECW or WCW. Again, this is going for a very specific sort of time period. So we've got kind of going back to like WrestleMania 4 era Bam Bam. up to like WrestleMania 11 era Bam Bam when he main evented against Lawrence Taylor. King Kong Bundy, I'm hard pressed to tell the difference between I don't even think there is. I think he just has one skin because it's King Kong Bundy and he only ever wore one thing. Oh wait, sorry. Some have wrist tape and some don't.
Not knee pads, yeah.
Yeah, knee pads and wrist tape are the differences here. Earthquake. Gotta love Earthquake.
Man, not a shark.
That's right. Not a shark or an avalanche or an earthquake, I guess. Actually, we've talked about this a lot. I love John Tenta. I also don't have the stream open, so if there's any chat in the stream, let me know if anybody's asking anything. Oh, you've got the King Haku look with the crowns on the tights. Classic sort of ridiculous Polynesian day-glow colors. Haku. Hercules Hernandez for some reason. I'm surprised that they haven't gotten Ric Flair in here, but they got Hercules Hernandez. In his baby blue tights and his Power and Glory long tights. All that good stuff. Big John Studd.
The skins have a giant bag of money.
No, unfortunately, it doesn't have a duffel bag full of money. Should, though. But it has the tights he wore in that match, so that's attention to detail. And special guest referee when he was... what WrestleMania was that, where he was guest referee for something? Is that WrestleMania 2?
No,
I don't remember.
I think that sounds right.
Wrestling superstar Virgil in his sort of faux boxing gear that he wore for a while. Obviously, the stuff he wears to accompany Ted DiBiase. His just long purple trunks and his black and white trunks. I'm kind of sad there's not a different face texture for when he wore that that face guard after his nose was broken leading up to one of the Survivor Series. But Big Boss Man, Ray Traylor, the biggest of the bubbers. They get the leather jacket look. You got buttoned up and buttoned down, and I like that you've got like sort of fatter Boss Man, and then like as he got in better shape, you get like skinnier Boss Man, which I appreciate.
Not a lot of body types.
No, but I'm surprised they used more than one.
Big, but I don't know if he was ever quite that.
He would, dude. There's, I think around WrestleMania 6, he was pretty big. You've got, of course, there's a ton of face paint options for Demolition. I actually just watched their match from WrestleMania 5 last night, where they took on the Powers of Pain and Fuge the Stooge in a handicap match, and this right here, the black and silver, is the paint that Demolition Axe wore there. That's sort of the classic Barry Darso smash paint. There you go. We've got clean shaven with short hair. So actually, is that I think that's not supposed to be Darso. I think that's supposed to be original Demolition Smash right there. But
WrestleMania 5, Big John Studd refed the match between Jake the Snake and Andre the Giant.
There you go. So I like Smash when he did the Cesar Romero just paint over the mustache maneuver. Fan of that. We got Kona Crush Bra. Except we don't have Kona Crush Bra. It's just Demolition Crush, which is probably for the best.
That would be better.
Not having Crush at all.
Not having Crush at all. Yeah.
You got Bret Hart, and his numerous different gears, of course, and his tag team partner, the Anvil. And oh man, Anvil in his new foundation when he teamed with Owen, his MC Hammer Pants. That's pretty great. Oh, the super old school. I think it's weird that Anvil has the super old school blue Heart Foundation gear, but Brett does not. So if I want, blue Heart Foundation gear, Heart Foundation, I can actually
Owen
have
in
that.
This game? Can you recreate that tag team?
Owen is not yet in this game. So you've got Heenan in his ridiculous wrestling gear. If you want to have the Weasel suit match, I guess. Then he in his purple jacket, blue jacket, absolutely, and his red sequined jacket. Mouth of the South, Jimmy Hart. In his there's his airbrush natural disasters gear, which is great. His accompanying the Dino Bravo gear with the fleur de lis all over it. There's Fuge the Stooge in his gear, and of course in his managing attire as well. And you've got a couple different pallbearers with of course the quintessential pallbearer facial expression. No late 90s Paul Bearer attire or hair coloring or anything. And then Kimchi, I think, has all... I don't know if there's any difference in any of his outfits. And then you've got the 4 jobbers who appear lying prone when you go to choose them, which is a nice touch.
No Slick from the manager?
No Slick at this time. So apparently there are some wrestlers that just they're not done yet.
Okay.
And so
I just think it's weird that they have Kimchi but not Slick.
Well, they have Kimchi because they have Kamala. So
okay, yeah, fair enough.
So we'll kick things off with a jobber match. I think just because we're just talking about Paul Bearer, let's do Undertaker, and Undertaker will take on. Let's see.
Barry Horowitz. Was he one? I missed the jobber roster. Was he in there?
No, Barry Horowitz.
Brooklyn Brawler.
We've got Bubba Tate, Larry Hargrove, The Spectre, and Mike Baxter. I believe all of whom are real late 80s WWE jobbers.
Wait a minute, no Brooklyn Brawler?
No Brooklyn Brawler. No Tom Rocky Stone. No Frankie DeFalco.
Horowitz and the Brawler.
No Horowitz.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That I remember when I was a kid.
No Scrap Iron Gadaski or very capable Kenny J. They were AWA jobbers, but whatever. All right, we're gonna do Mike Baxter. Undertaker versus Mike Baxter. And there's our match screen. And I'm just gonna go down the different arenas as we kind of play here. So we're starting off on Superstars.
I mean, that's appropriate. I watched a lot of Superstars when I was a kid.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It was on at like noon on Saturdays.
Not the jobber doesn't even get an entrance. That's a lovely touch.
The jobber should already be in the ring.
We got Jesse Ventura and Vince McMahon. Brought to you by Burger King.
I need to turn some of the audio on. I want to listen to some of this.
Can I turn it on so that you can hear it? Or do you have to...
No, just turn it on.
Okay.
I wonder, must be the person that made this like, went and captured that audio from pay-per-views or something?
Yeah.
Or from old episodes of the show or whatever. Oh, that animation was a little...
Yeah, that was a little wonky.
Armbar, yeah.
Can we walk? Oh, there we go. There's walking the ropes.
And before it was old school.
Yes.
Which I believe
When it was just school.
Yeah.
Oh. Choke slam.
This is not the PlayStation 2 draft. This is wrestling time. WWF. No mercy. Correct? Wrestling times. Maybe.
And it looks like this is all over, but the show. Oh, they edited the tombstone so that Undertaker automatically folds the hands and pins him without you having to do anything. Fantastic touch.
That's good. Yeah, that's nice.
And then we get the WWF slow-mo. I also like that in the entryway, if you look on the side when the wrestlers come in, you can see, I think it's Rene Goulet standing there, like the old school road agent, who I never knew who it was for the longest time. I was just like, who's that goofy looking dude with the blonde, like Jeff Daniels and Dumb and Dumber hair, who's always doing the pull-aparts, and I had no idea who it was for the longest time, but... Yep. So... that will, we're going to quit. And,
You want to give him another shot? Maybe he could take the Undertaker this time.
You think so? No, I don't think we need to do that. So we'll go to the MSG Network, Madison Square Garden Arena. And
can't do the WrestleMania 1 main event. I guess
no, that's well, you can't. You don't have Mr. T, so.
Yeah. Was Cowboy Bob Orton in there? I don't think.
No, he's not. He's not. But let's see. This is an MSG match, so it would probably also be a jobber match. Let's see here.
I mean, I guess you could do the Andre the Giant Big John Studd Body Slam Challenge from WrestleMania 1. Seems like that might be the only match you can actually recreate
from the first main. Oops.
Tito Santana and the Executioner, King Kong Bundy and Special Delivery Jones, SD Jones.
Yep.
Ricky Steamboat and Matt Bourne. Beefcake versus San Martino. David San Martino.
Yeah, with Bruno in his corner.
JYD versus Greg the Hammer Valentine. Iron Sheik and Nikolai Volkov versus the US Express. Classic tag team.
Yes.
Barry Windham and Mike Rotundo. Andre versus Stud. Randy Richter versus Leilani Kai, and then Hogan and Mr. T versus Orndorff and Piper.
It's not a good show. WrestleMania 1 is not a good show.
Nope, it really isn't.
The music is just such a great touch. I wish you could hear it more easily while I'm playing.
Oh yeah, it's the like Coliseum home video music.
Yeah, one of those themes. There's John Studd in his robe. Because neither of these guys had music. John Studd had music at some point. Maybe it's just not working. I don't know. Or maybe it's because of the arena that they choose not to put it in. I don't know.
It's called the Stud Hustle. It's extremely generic late 80s WWF music.
Yeah. So we've got Lord Alfred Hayes and Sean Mooney on commentary here. With Mooney talking about how this is an exclusive match for Coliseum Home Video. I just body slammed him. Match is over. That's it.
Take a big bag of money and give it to everybody in the audience.
Yep.
All right. Well, as you recreate this this classic WrestleMania moment, maybe we should look forward to what we have to look forward to? Question mark.
Oh, he's busted wide open. I think there's at least a couple of things to look forward to.
This year is the same problem that I've had the last few WrestleManias, and that there's
you have to watch it with me.
11. Well, there's 11 matches, and there's 9 matches, and 7 of them are fucking main events, and it just makes it impossible for anything to actually stand out.
Yeah, I mean,
literally the only thing I remember from last year's WrestleMania is when the Undertaker laid his gloves and shit on the thing and then disappeared in a puff of smoke, and it seems like that they're gonna fucking walk that back and bring his corpse out for another goddamn match.
I really hope that they end up just having Cena wrestle Kane. That's just dumb.
Do you really want to see Cena wrestle Kane though? Either.
I don't think that the expectations wouldn't be there though, as they would with an Undertaker match. You know.
If they're gonna do it, then they need to get I don't even know, man. They need to bring out some kind of fake Undertaker.
You think Brian Lee's available, or
dress Roman Reigns up as the Undertaker? Anything. I still think that they should have done some cheesy Undertaker spirit inhabits Roman Reigns at the end of the last one. Just fucking.
So Undertaker's finisher is a headbutt. That's
You mean Andre the Giant?
Yeah.
Sean Paul K says, "Battle of the Absolute Units." But yeah, I don't know. It's just like it's gonna be another one of those WrestleManias that's 75 hours long, and by the end of it, I won't remember anything that happened. Even though there's a bunch of matches that I would be much more excited for a lot of these matches if they were just the main event of just a pay-per-view. I feel like I've always felt like it's like somewhere not long after WrestleMania 20 or so, they kind of lost the plot, and there just was like that was back in the SmackDown Raw days, and they when the brand split was in full effect, even to a greater extent than it is today, obviously, and they decided that they needed to have 2 main events, basically.
I mean, yeah, pretty much.
And it made kind of sense back then, but now it's just like all these matches almost should be like the #1 match on a different pay-per-view.
Yeah, I mean that's sort of the thing with WrestleMania, though, right? Yeah.
I mean, it hasn't always been this way. Is my point.
Well,
for the majority of the WrestleManias, it wasn't like this.
I mean, it kind of was, because back in the day, for the first, say, 5 or 6 WrestleManias at least, in those days, all this stuff on TV was jobber matches, right? So actually seeing 2 name guys wrestle each other kind of was like that,
I don't know. WrestleMania 2, we got so Randy Savage and George Animal Steel is a big match for sure.
Yep.
But that was the blow off to a big feud that they'd had for a long time.
Yep.
But like Jake Roberts defeated George Wells.
Yes.
Hey Joe, tell me everything you know about George Wells.
He was a WWF jobber in the mid '80s.
That was the 3rd match at WrestleMania 2.
Yeah.
Mr. T and Roddy Piper, which is like that's your.
Yeah. Well, they had three venues, 3 main events, right? So.
Yeah.
That one was the NFL WWF.
And the Dream Team. It's like there's like that Battle Royale, Corporal Kirchner versus Nikolai Volkov. Come on, man.
I mean, that's not a good match, but at the time,
Funk and Terry Funk defeated Junkyard Dog and Tito Santana. I mean, so I guess I guess, but on the other hand, like those matches are not on the same. Adrian Adonis defeated Uncle Elmer. Ricky Steamboat defeated Hercules Hernandez. Like, I don't know. Those are matches from a Saturday Night's Main Event. Also,
Saturday Night's Main Event was also almost like a pay-per-view in those days, though.
Right. Right, but come on, man. Like, this is not the same as the fucking huge crazy knot of shit that comes out in the more recent WrestleManias.
That's true. So I'm gonna play as
these WrestleManias were not prefaced by an endless number of people standing and fucking pointing at the WrestleMania sign.
True. True enough.
Was a cute thing 5 years ago, but kind of is now just done to death, and it's utterly meaningless. When Sheamus and Cesaro and Braun Strowman, for as much as I love all 3 of those guys, are doing that for their tag team championship match, it's like. It has lost all of its luster.
Yeah. Oh, they even gave Beefcake his hedging shears.
So yeah, I don't know. What are you most looking forward to at this WrestleMania?
Most looking forward to? Probably AJ and Shinsuke. Although, I mean,
that's the one that I have the highest hopes for, but it is the one that I am terrified that is going to be the next, like, Chris Jericho, CM Punk, or Chris Jericho, Kevin Owens match. Not that, like, I'm sure that it will be very good, and probably it will be a match that I'm just worried that it probably can't live up to expectations in the moment, and probably will need a few years of breathing space for people to actually go back and appreciate how good it will end up actually being.
I think it really depends on how much time they give it. I think it's if they give it 20 or 30 minutes, it could be an instant classic. It really depends on.
I don't know. Those other 2 matches, though, had, like, time to breathe, and they still didn't. still didn't quite live up to what you were hoping for. And like AJ and Shinsuke have that match in Japan that they did like 5 or 6 years ago that a lot of people consider to be one of the best matches that they've ever seen, and it seems like it's going to be really difficult for them to live up to that. But I'm still really excited for it for sure.
Yeah.
I hope so. And I think one of the big things is, unlike those other 2 matches, is I'm pretty unclear who's going to win this one. You know?
Yeah.
Although the problem is, it's similar to those other 2 matches. I also don't really have a horse in the race. Like, I don't really care who wins because I like both guys a lot. So
the thing that I'm excited for Daniel Bryan to, I presume, but the thing is, it's presumably Shane McMahon. It's like going to be him and Shane versus Sammy and Kevin Owens, which.
Can we please not put Shane McMahon back in the wrestling ring?
Yeah, I mean, that's...
Just not do that anymore?
Yeah, I mean, really.
And plus, we've already got the big, like, owner versus wrestler match with Kurt Angle and Ronda Rousey versus Triple H and Stephanie McMahon. We don't really need another one of those. Because it's weird because we've also got 2 triple threat matches for the, like, second tier belt on each show.
Not a lot of hops from Ted DiBiase apparently.
It's weird that one of those matches isn't like a ladder match or a cage match or just something to do something
Which
different.
One?
There's the Miz and Seth Rollins and Finn Balor, and then there's Orton, Bobby Roode, and Jinder Mahal. And there's 2 triple threat matches for the Intercontinental and the U.S. Championship belts, and it's weird that one of those doesn't have an added stipulation on it to make it different than the other. Those 2 matches are going to be indistinguishable from each other, even though
one of those matches has more guys that can work than the other one. So
yeah, well, I was gonna say, other than the fact that one of those matches is, have 3 incredible dudes, and one of them has like 1.5 good wrestlers.
Oh, he's locked him in the $1 Million Dream, and there's no ropes nearby.
Not that I expect either match to be bad, just that it's
Jinder versus Randy versus Bobby Roode could be bad.
It could be. I don't think it could be bad. I think it could be like thoroughly mediocre and boring.
I mean, yeah, I don't know. I have pretty high expectations from Miz and Balor and Rollins because I think those 3 guys are
right. But that's why it's a mistake to have them both in the same stipulation match.
Yeah. I also am looking very forward to Asuka versus Charlotte. I mean, Asuka's definitely going to win, unless they swerve for swerve's sake, which is dumb.
I know Charlotte just lost to Natty on SmackDown last night, or not last night, last week.
Yeah.
I watched it last night. So, honestly, the most exciting thing. The thing that I am the most excited for, and the thing that already happened, so I guess it doesn't count as being on a WrestleMania show, but the Ultimate Deletion show.
Oh, yes, that was supposed to be a WrestleMania thing, wasn't it?
The best thing I've seen in professional wrestling in like 15 or 20 years. The most excited I've been for a thing in professional wrestling.
Did you
since the Chris Benoit, Shawn Michaels Triple H triple threat match at WrestleMania 20? And I'm not fucking lying about that. I don't know if you saw it or watched the various.
I did see it
up to it, because there was a bunch of really, like, they introduced all the dumb fucking all the dumb shit at the Hardy compound in little vignettes leading up to the match itself. But it was spectacular. Like, they did it right. Like, everything that was good about the Matt Hardy, Jeff Hardy stuff, and all the weird shit Matt Hardy was doing in TNA. And not that I ever watched an episode of TNA, but I've seen most of the clips on YouTube or whatever. Like, they kind of
see. I was gonna ask if you watched the final Deletion or not.
Yeah. Yep. Like, they got the tone. I feel like they kind of they got all that stuff right, and I made my brother come in and sit down and watch the whole thing. I've watched it twice. I made my brother because I knew he would appreciate it. He did. He was laughing his ass off the whole time. But it's just like wrestling can be fun and stupid, and it's okay. And it's so rare for modern WWF to embrace any of that stuff.
Yeah. Although the last time they tried was that haunted house nonsense with Bray Wyatt and Randy Orton, and that was terrible.
Right,
so
because they took it too seriously. Like,
yeah, I
they weren't
guess.
really allowed to have fun with it. They didn't really take it far enough.
Chair of wheels, mower of lawns.
I don't know what he was gonna do to Bray Wyatt if he tried to hit him with that lawnmower.
He's gonna run him over with the mower of lawns.
That's not. I mean, look. That lawnmower wasn't big enough to do any damage to anybody, but it was amazing.
I wouldn't want to get run over by it. I'm just saying.
It was pretty amazing. The dome of Deletion was still there, just waiting for someone to come out and throw a fake baby to Jeff Hardy and have him get stun gunned. They even shouted that out when Matt gave Bray Wyatt the stun gun over the rope. I don't know. I loved everything about that whole thing. It was like 17 minutes long, but I just they had they had what's his face hiding under the boat. There were fireworks, and the whole thing was just perfect. And it's sad to me, like that would have been so good to have had that at WrestleMania as something like a complete change of pace and a total refresh of the card. Yeah. Especially with how many big name matches there are. Like at some point, they're going to have to decide whether Styles and Nakamura or Lesnar and Reigns is going to be the main event, which means that the other match is going to have to be shuffled down to the middle of the card someplace, and you're going to need some way to refresh after that. And that match would have been perfect for that because the rest of the WrestleMania card as it exists right now is just too many big things to give anybody some breathing room to kind of refresh for the next set of big matches.
I mean, I think the thing is that so I think, for the record, that it's going to be Brock and Roman is
probably, yeah.
Which is not what I think most of the audience wants, but it's what WWE has probably decided. So,
I mean, we have to. The logical conclusion to all this is that Roman Reigns gets his WrestleMania win and becomes the champion, and then bombs, and then finally we can move on from it. They've just they've been building towards it for so long that it has to happen eventually.
Yeah. So
we might as well get it out of the way, and then we'll all forget about it. Just think about how good the AJ Styles Shinsuke Nakamura match was, or whatever.
Right.
So what do you think about Daniel Bryan coming back? Are you more, if let's say we'll put up a meter, and on one side is excited, and on the other end is concerned or worried, which side of that bar are you leaning more towards?
I'm gonna say excited because I think that, you know, he's been given, you know, the number of neurologists that he has supposedly seen that have cleared him, and I mean, I think he's making an informed decision, and I don't think it's because he's being pressured by anyone besides himself, and I think
he could definitely just continue to cash a paycheck and be in the role. He's done a pretty damn good job, really, of being a GM and just a guy that does promos and stuff.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I hope it goes well.
Yeah.
If he gets hurt again, like if he gets hurt again, is there another retirement speech? Do we have to go through that again, or what happens?
That's a good question. That is a perfectly legitimate question. I mean, I hope not.
I'm really curious to see what his moveset looks like. I really would be. I don't want to see him like do all those dives to the outside through the middle ropes and all that kind of shit anymore. Although it's tough for him because unlike like Stone Cold Steve Austin made the transition from more technical guy to more brawler when he got injured. But it's hard to envision Bryan making that same sort of transition because he's not really. He doesn't have the body type to be a fighter.
Yeah.
But
that's kind of weird. Why is Ted DiBiase being accompanied by Jimmy Hart? I don't remember that period of his career, but I could be forgetting something. There's Tony Schiavone.
Ted DiBiase, Jimmy Hart. When he was in Money Incorporated, apparently he was managed.
Really? Oh, that's right. Yeah, Jimmy Hart did manage them.
It's just weird to think about that because I think of the $1 Million Man himself as more of a manager slash
Trillionaire Ted.
Right.
Benefactor.
Yeah, exactly. But I guess that would have been the transition from him as a wrestler to him as the head of the $1 Million Corporation and stuff. You gonna make this into a 15-minute draw, Joe?
No. I feel like I should turn up the difficulty because I'm kind of steamrolling everybody.
Yeah. So what? I watched because of the Ultimate Deletion thing and because of the Daniel Bryan thing. I watched my first episodes of Raw and SmackDown since.
When's the last time you saw Ted DiBiase give an enziguri?
He does it all the time. In my dreams. But it was the first time. I guess I did watch a Raw not that long ago when I watched the.
Did you watch the 2-hour? Did you ever go back and watch the 2-hour gauntlet match or no?
No, I never did go back and watch that. I should. Is that up on the network by now? Probably, right?
If it's not, it's got to be close.
I don't know. I think I'm gonna cancel my network subscription after WrestleMania.
Yeah.
I don't want to give them money anymore. I've not felt good about it in a while, and I'll have to join our pal Coffee and try and find some people trying to fake it on Twitch.
Oh, I never changed the stream title or anything. I just realized that. Unless you did. Oh, you did. Okay.
Yeah, you know what's going on in NXT these days? I haven't really been paying attention to that.
Yeah. Aleister Black is going to face Cien for the title on WrestleMania weekend.
Okay.
Johnny Gargano lost a loser leaves town match to Cien. Or, sorry, a title versus loser leaves town match is really probably more appropriate.
Yeah. Right, that was at the last NXT Supercard thing. Right?
No, it was right. It was like 2 weeks after that on the regular show. He said he wanted one more chance and he would put his career on the line. And then Ciampa interfered so that he lost and had to go.
Is he going to be Braun Strowman's mystery partner? You think?
Gargano?
Yeah.
That would be interesting. I don't know.
I mean, that'd be kind of cool, right?
Yeah.
And then that would also make for an interesting feud down the line when they inevitably break out. I guess, I don't know. I guess it's tough though, because you would almost have to have somebody that could be a heel team with Braun, so that way, because like he is definitely trending more towards the good guy side of things.
Right.
Let's see what else is in here. Ember Moon is taking on Shayna Baszler again.
Coffee said, "What if Braun Strowman eats the tag team belts after winning?"
He destroyed Cesaro on Raw last week.
Yeah.
What's their faces got a win though? They look pretty good. Yeah, the Revival got a win on Raw, so maybe they're on maybe they'll actually do something with that.
Yeah, they should be on the map a little bit, maybe. For once.
I mean, they're the best tag team that they have, so they should do something with them. Although I don't think they have a match at WrestleMania. I think they're just going to be in the. They mentioned on the thing that they were going to be the first tag team to win the Andre the Giant Battle Royale.
No. Well then.
And then they'll have a Bret Hart Bad News Brown moment where they, one of them turns on the other one and breaks the giant trophy over their head. All right, what's next?
I think we're gonna do Demolition versus the Colossal Connection.
There's no too bad there's no Akeem the African Dream.
Yeah, or I could do the Twin Towers if that. Yeah. No music for the Colossal Connection. No Bobby Heenan either.
It doesn't have. It might be difficult to program that. I
don't know. We got music for Demolition though. And their freaky bondage gear.
Yeah, they are registered as a tag team, so. Hello?
What's up?
I don't know. I thought somebody joined the thing. I heard the Bidoop.
No, I did not hear the Bidoop. But I've also got a lot of Jesse Ventura and Gorilla Monsoon in my ear right now, so.
The unspecified WrestleMania Women's Battle Royale. They dropped the Fabulous Moolah name.
Yeah.
Wish I had heard all that stuff about her, but I guess I'm glad that people are willing to stand up and make that known.
Yeah. Oh no. X can't Irish whip Andre.
Is he too big?
He's too big.
I'm trying to remember who in No Mercy had that designation. Was it just the Big Show?
Big Show wasn't in No Mercy.
Oh no, that would have been before, right? He still would have been in WCW at that time. I'm trying to think of who would have been the biggest in No Mercy that would have.
Rikishi. Oh.
Check the Giant Bomb database here. In alphabetical order, it's Akiman, Al Snow, Big Boss Man, Billy Gunn, Bubba Ray, Chris Benoit, Chris Jericho, Christian, China, Devon, D'Lo, Deborah, Eddie Guerrero, Edge, Farouk, Hardcore, Holly, Jeff Hardy, Layfield, or Bradshaw, Kane, Ken Shamrock, Kurt Angle, or Mark Henry probably would have.
Oh yeah, Mark Henry would have been.
Yeah. Matt Hardy, who I never would have guessed that he would be my favorite thing on a professional wrestling TV show, like
in
ever.
2018. Yeah, if ever at any point.
Now here we are, and it is definitely my favorite thing. So, Foley, Bearer, Saturn, Rikishi, Shane McMahon, Road Dogg, X-Pac, Shawn, Stephanie McMahon was in that game.
Yep.
Austin, Blackman, Test, The Godfather, The Rock, The Undertaker, Tori, Triple H, Trish. Or maybe it just would have been like different, like size. I wonder how that was programmed. If it was just given to certain characters, or if there was like a size difference. Like if you're playing Stephanie McMahon against Rikishi, if that would have happened, but if you're playing like Big Boss Man versus Rikishi, maybe it wouldn't. It's been a long time since I played those games. I don't really remember how those interactions work.
Yeah, I don't.
Honestly, the thing that I'm most excited for coming out of the WrestleMania weekend is the Andre the Giant documentary is finally going to debut.
On HBO, right?
Monday after the Tuesday or whatever. That sounds really, really good. Let's see what the actual date is. Wednesday, April 11th. So that would be Tuesday or Wednesday night. I don't know how I'm gonna get my hands on that, but I need to see it. Because apparently it also, just because of how his his career sort of coincided with the collapse of the territory system and the rise of the WWF and Vince McMahon. Like that documentary kind of also follows the trajectory of that whole thing.
Yeah.
And I think that should be really fascinating. And also, there's just so much like mythos around Andre that it'll be interesting to see.
Yeah.
Like what will be reported as truth and what they kind of leave out, because it's kind of pure myth or just not documented in any way. I was listening to a Bill Simmons podcast last week, and they were talking about it, and I can't remember who his guest was, but the guest brought up the story of Samuel Beckett driving Andre to school.
Oh yeah.
Apparently, none of that is in the documentary. Because they could not confirm it. So. Supposedly, Simmons and the guy that directed the documentary is going to, they're going to do a podcast and talk about some of the stuff that wasn't included and why it was included, and, why it was not included, and apparently that is not, and I'll be interested to hear hear some more about that. But I mean, that's like one of those most like famous stories about Andre.
Yeah. And that's I mean, it's a weird story too, right? I mean,
yeah.
Anything going on in the chat?
Nope.
Okay.
Be quiet.
All right. So we are through most of the arenas here. We'll save the Royal. I'll end tonight with the Royal Rumble and the Royal Rumble arena. WrestleMania 3. There's no Steamboat in this game yet, so. What other matches were on WrestleMania 3? Just that one.
Well, Hulk versus Andre.
Right, yeah. That's the one I mean.
I don't know. This was the pay-per-view so big that it had 2 VHSs.
It was. That's true.
Were banded together at the local rental store.
Oh,
so.
That's right.
Can-Am Connection versus Bob Orton and the Magnificent Morocco.
Yeah.
That's Rick Martel and Tom Zank.
Yep.
Billy Jack Haynes versus Hercules.
We got Hercules, but no Billy Jack.
Yeah, well, eventually. I'm sure they'll get him in eventually.
I'm sure.
Haiti Kid, Hillbilly Jim, and Little Beaver
versus King Kong Bundy,
Little Tokyo, and Lord Littlebrook. A lot of littles in that match.
That was a mixed tag with 2 big guys and then 4 little people.
Yeah. Harley Race versus Junkyard Dog. Brutus and Greg Valentine defeated the Rougeau brothers. Roddy Piper defeated Adrian Adonis. I think that was a hair versus hair match. Yeah.
It was, yeah.
Yep.
That was Brutus's babyface turn.
Dangerous Danny Davis and the Hart Foundation defeated the British Bulldogs with Tito's and Santana. Butch Reed defeated Coco Beware, Steamboat and Savage, Honky Tonk Man, and Jake Roberts. You could do that one.
Yeah, I could do that one. Boy, we got a glitch here. I might have to reset.
Hey, it's Kurt Angle.
Yeah. We're going to reset the... Project 64 has stopped working. Ruh-roh.
I'm glad Kurt Angle's back, because professional wrestling is better when Kurt Angle's music is being played regularly.
True. I like that because the music has to run a separate program to work properly, it keeps playing. Even though I'm having to restart the game. There we go, and we're back. There's the title screen. We didn't see that the first time, so there you go. That's what the title screen looks like.
It's impossible to imagine a Nintendo 64 game with a JPEG that wasn't artifacted all the hell.
Dude, the championship? Wow, they're actually... I didn't realize that the story modes actually worked. Or maybe they don't. I don't know. I'm not going to find out right now, but... You can go into the edit mode, or maybe it won't let us. Oh, yeah.
Does it have all the normal, shitty-looking No Mercy stuff alongside the really nice-looking high-res shit in this?
No, I think it... Well, let's go into the shop and see... Yeah, this is mostly the regular shitty-looking No Mercy stuff. It's on beginner. My God, let's at least turn this up to normal. No wonder I've been running over everybody. Jeez. turn on the replay and see how it handles that. All right.
I need to find out what happened to Bray Wyatt now that he's been kicked into the Lake of Reincarnation.
He's been deleted.
I'm desperate. Is he going to be Husky Harris when he comes back? Are we going to get a whole new Bray Wyatt?
I hope he's not Husky Harris. I don't know. Here we go. If I do this match, will Alice Cooper come out with me?
I really liked the best thing, maybe the best thing in the Ultimate Deletion was Matt Hardy's wife playing the Bray Wyatt music on the piano.
Yeah. Rebby Sky? Yeah.
Yeah.
No music. Either the musics aren't loaded right or they're just being weird. I guess we'll find out. I'm going to have to restart the weird music program.
I'll have to play Jake the Snake's theme song in the background here for myself.
Yeah, something's like borked with the music. Oh, it's loading the roster. I don't know what that means.
Here, I'll just play it for Discord.
I'm gonna kill the music program and try to reopen it to see if it cooperates. There we go. That's better. Yep. Well, we've got Jesse and Gorilla back now. It's a tremendous happening. They are literally jam-packed and hanging from the rafters.
Yep, they had a mass execution. That's why it's so memorable.
There you go. Unbelievable ovation as they're hanging off the rafters. Certain gorilla-isms you can always rely on.
Don't worry, they were all murderers. It's fine.
Oh, and is that it for the Honky Tonk Man? 1, 2, 3.
Can you play taps on an acoustic guitar?
I can't.
Fair enough.
Did it save the option? Oh, no, it went back to beginner. I was like, I just fucking steamrolled him again. What is... I mean, there we go. Alright. Wrestling challenge. I think that's grounds for another jobber match. Who haven't we seen yet? Is there anybody we want to see that we haven't seen yet?
I don't know.
And we got, Perfect and Rude. Warrior.
Fuck the Ultimate Warrior.
Bam Bam. Earthquake.
Did we see Rude yet?
We have not seen Rude yet.
Alright, you need to do a Rick Rude match.
Alright, which tights? We've got the hands. We've got the groping hands. We've got
Let's do Rude versus Warrior again.
In the cage?
Yeah, sure.
Let's do it. We're gonna do Rude versus Warrior in the cage, and we're gonna do it.
Let's just do a pose down. We don't need an actual wrestling match.
I put the title on Rick Rude right away because I felt like he always should have had it. So.
Well, also he can win this match, and history will be avenged.
That's right.
Was that WrestleMania Ultimate Warrior?
Yeah, I think that's like WrestleMania 6 Ultimate Warrior.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Main event WrestleMania Ultimate Warrior. Warrior versus Hogan. I'm an animal lover. Hey?
No Heenan with Rude though. What's up with that? Maybe it's cage match. I don't know. What I'd like to have right now is for all you fat, ugly Twitch sweat hogs to keep the noise down while I take my robe off and show all these ladies what a real sexy man looks like. Oh, that's why Bobby Heenan's not with me. He's on commentary with Gorilla Monsoon. Obviously.
Is he being properly biased?
Oh, of course. When's the last time you saw Rick Rude doing Insecurity?
Every night in my dreams. All those matches against who was it that did the Insecurity earlier? It's already forgotten.
Ted DiBiase.
No, Ted DiBiase, yeah. They need to get Owen in here so they have the appropriate person to give the Insecurity to. So you can get a proper new foundation tag going on.
Oh, right into the cage. Brutal. Now it's time for a receipt, Warrior.
Maybe you could recreate the backstage fight that they allegedly had.
Didn't Rude allegedly beat the shit out of him?
I think so. Yeah, I think I heard that.
Rude's one of those guys that you hear stories about, and it's not quite to the level of like Meng, but like that he was like a legit tough guy and would like beat the shit out of people if they crossed him. So I wouldn't be surprised. Oh, what a suplex from Rude. Knee to the midsection. Nice. That was great. Rude's Rude's ability to get a watchable match out of the Ultimate Warrior, I think, automatically makes him one of the all-time greats.
I mean, Rick Rude just was great.
Well, yeah, I mean, obviously. All I'm saying is that if there was ever any doubt, it's time for a rude awakening. Oh, and there it is. He is not getting up. No. We're not doing that. It's another. We're doing two rude awakenings.
Okay, there you go. Yeah, do two. That's better. How excited are you, Joe? On a scale of 1 to, we'll say 11, because I want you to be able to break the needle off of this one. How excited are you that Jeff Jarrett is going into the WWE Hall of Fame this year?
On a scale of 1 to 11? -70.
Is he going to be the least worthy professional wrestler?
I mean, Coco Beware, isn't it?
Hey, say what you want about Coco Beware, but at least he was kind of fun to have around.
True.
I'm trying to think who else is in. I mean, like, obviously, most of the celebrities aren't worthy, and fucking Donald Trump is in there, so.
Yeah. Live from the London Arena. I don't even know who to put in this match. Let's just go back to people we haven't seen yet. Who haven't we seen yet? Saw Undertaker, saw Warrior, saw Jake, saw Honky. We haven't seen Razor or Perfect or Bam Bam.
You should be Mr. Perfect.
Okay.
You just did Rick Rude, so the logical follow-up is Mr. Perfect. Maybe Larry the Axe will be in the audience.
In the audience.
Can rip off a T-shirt and embarrass your opponent.
With a shirt that says "Headache Rules."
Yeah, and embarrass him with a good T-shirt.
All right, so who's going to challenge Mr. Perfect for the Intercontinental Championship? Boss Man? We can recreate the WrestleMania 6 match with him and Boss Man?
Yeah, all right. Yeah, that's fine.
Do we want super fat Boss Man or
sure.
Skinnier Boss Man?
My 6-year-old self wants to see Hercules Hernandez, but
let's do it.
Okay.
Baby blue, powder blue tights, Hercules Hernandez versus Mr. Perfect.
Classic 1984 Hercules Hernandez.
When I was little, I definitely was a mark for Hercules. Yeah, the way when he swung the big chain around.
Yeah. Hell yeah. That was really cool when you were 6. Probably not quite as cool these days.
Oh, there's the chain. There's the chain.
Does he have the chain?
He has the chain. Nice. And the terrible, synth, fanfare music, too.
Nice.
The only thing that I'm sad about is that they didn't make a taunt for Hennig to throw his towel behind his back and catch it, or spit his gum out and slap it out of the air.
I guess Jimmy Snuka is in the Hall of Fame, and he might be a murderer, so...
He's almost certainly a murderer.
Maybe he's not so worthy, I don't know. Yeah, fuck Jeff Jarrett is my point. We'll kick him out, we'll kick the murderer out.
Put Bam Bam Bigelow in?
We'll kick Donald Trump out. Yeah, is Bam Bam Bigelow not in there yet?
Bam Bam Bigelow's not in
Why
there.
did Jeff Jarrett get in before Bam Bam Bigelow?
No idea.
I mean, Bam Bam has had a more notable career both in and out of the WWF. Motherfucker main evented a WrestleMania.
Yeah. And got a watchable match out of a non-wrestler.
Yeah. And I mean, he's had a ton of great matches. And he was great in ECW, and he had a storied career in Japan that I have not seen any of. But
there's some pretty good stuff. I have like the '91 G1 tournament on DVD from High Spots, and he's got some pretty good matches in there.
yeah.
We reversed that small package from Hennig.
Hillbilly Jim has also been included this year, apparently.
Yes.
Oof.
But no Bam Bam Bigelow.
We're kind of starting to scrape the bottom of the barrel a little bit.
I mean, are we? No Bam Bam Bigelow? Are Hall and Nash in individually or just as like part of the NWO or... Oh, no, they are. They're both in individually. Never mind.
Terry Funk in there yet?
Jesus, I assume you're going to pull up like Wikipedia or something and find out the answer to that?
He's not. He has inducted Abdullah the Butcher and Mick Foley, but he is not in the Hall of Fame yet.
How is Abdullah the Butcher? Nothing against Abdullah the Butcher, but...
I mean, he was executed live on television.
But that was in WCW, not WWE. Oh, no.
Oh, yeah, let's kick the Ultimate Warrior out, too. Fuck that guy.
Well, they also named a fucking award after him, so...
Yeah.
I mean, Christ. Whoa! Whoa! You getting this?
No, I think your thing froze up, buddy.
Oh, yeah, it just shows that it froze on the... Oh, there it goes. Yeah, it's gonna crash. I don't think you got the, like, freaky texture, like, rotating, where, like, Mr. Perfect's face was appearing on the floor. And...
Oh, man, that's a bummer. That is definitely the thing that I would have liked to have seen, though.
Yeah, it was...
Can we just do that? Can we have a pay-per-view event that just has giant Mr. Perfect faces all over the place?
It was sort of like
we
that.
have like the Halloween Havoc dude, except for it's Kurt Hennig.
The spooky dude, yeah. All right, we'll fire this up one more time, and we'll do a Royal Rumble, and then I think we'll call it a night. Music tool, get that back opened up.
I don't know. The fucking...
Finding all high-res textures.
Find them. Where are they?
They're in a folder in the correct directory, which is part of the pain in the ass of this thing, you know, in its own way. What's going on? Why is...
It's a little broken?
It's not broken, but it's not... OBS isn't...
I also lost all the chat, which I think there was something in there, but I can't get back now. Still busted?
It's not... It's just that OBS isn't... OBS is not cooperating. Let's try this another way. Let's hope that I hope I didn't like totally bork something. I don't know what I mean, I'd do anything, so... Oh, there we go, that's better. But let's see if it comes up. And there it is. Okay. There we go. Now I get to get the silly music thing up and running separately, like you do. So apparently there's another really big mod called what is it called? It's called like are we gonna? So how many do we want to do? A full 30 man? Oh, 30 is not an option. What the fuck's that all about? 32 or 28? Let's do 20. Let's do a 20 man Royal Rumble. That's fine. Good enough for Jazz,
20
right?
20 man battle royale.
Yes.
That feels more on brand to me.
No pins, no submissions, no knockouts, no disqualifications. You gotta go over the top rope. Alright, so I'm gonna start as the Hitman.
Okay. Bad News Brown in here?
No Bad News Brown. Let's see, we get Demolition Crush in there. We'll Undertaker, Honky. Whoa. I think I just put 2 Demolition Smashes in there. All right, it's Royal Rumble time in the Royal Rumble arena.
Let's see. Oh, there's some chat. New Legacy Inc. says, yeah, there's a complete overhaul mod coming out. I saw the roster for that earlier.
Yeah. Oh, the one. Yeah. Sorry. The one I was talking about was there's like it's called like I don't know, Brawl 64 or something like that, and it's like just tons of arenas, tons of the textures and stuff aren't as well done as this one. You know, like these textures and these faces and everything are really well done. That one is not as well done as this one, I guess, but it's still like, I guess, pretty cool because it's just got like hundreds of wrestlers. It's like a Fire Pro, edit. It's got hundreds of wrestlers from promotions and times across everything and arenas from, all over the place, and so that's supposed to be pretty cool, but my tolerance for getting the shit working is only one every so often. So
yeah. Also, this person says that I'm pretty quiet apparently, which I thought we had that sorted, but
you're pretty quiet.
Yeah.
Okay.
You have to bump up the Discord a little bit.
Yeah, give me a second, and I will turn you up in Discord. You're at 130 now, so should be good.
Boom. I don't know.
Oh, Spike Piledriver from The Undertaker and Demolition Crush. Oh, could Crush be the first man eliminated? He deserves it. There he goes. Here comes Piper.
How many people can you get in here at once? And there's 4, so there's no mercy.
Yeah, it's 4 players. Oh yeah. Sorry, yes, 4 because it's still I mean, I'm sure some enterprising person could make it so it would show more guys in the ring at once, but that seems like it'd be even more work than what they already did.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, New Legacy says, these textures are so nice. And they are. The faces are really amazing in this.
Who said that?
New Legacy Inc. Incorporated. Probably good friends with the Money Incorporated.
No doubt.
Yeah.
I still have yet to solve the mystery of why $1 Million Man's music isn't in WWF Superstars on the Game Boy. That's. I almost went to a panel at MagFest with David Wise to ask him that, just to be like, "What the hell, man?" I don't know. Yeah, there's a lot of mods for this. There's a group of people who do like new every year basically to mirror the like new 2K game roster.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know that I necessarily need that in my life. It's pretty cool though, you know, that there are people keeping this game alive.
Well, if 2K isn't going to put out a decent wrestling game, then
It's true.
it's good that there are people willing to put the effort in to keep a good one up to date.
Yeah. Although I mean, we have a new Fire Pro now, so
Yeah, that seems pretty good.
I'm surprised you still haven't gotten that.
New Legacy says, Millionaire Ted calls me all the time. Not to be mixed up with Billionaire Ted.
That's right.
Would you hang out with the Nacho Man though? It's pretty obnoxious, but he has lots of nachos.
Does he?
I would think so. I don't think you don't just get that name.
Oh, okay. So the huckster is actually a huckster? Is that what we're saying? Okay.
Yeah, New Legacy says Fire Pro World is real good. To be honest, the amount of stuff in the Steam Workshop is so insane. It is.
It's totally bonkers.
It's impossible to fathom the amount of stuff in the Steam Workshop. Honestly, it's almost a little intimidating. The only reason I haven't is because I need some kind of a story mode, even if it's a. Totally
So apparently that's coming with the New Japan. Yeah, that's apparently coming with the New Japan DLC. That's going to be included with the PS4 version.
Yeah, I might pick it up at that time.
There's also like a challenge mode in the game now. That's just like. I
need some very poorly written vignettes. Or I can't get behind it, you know?
Yeah. Some people have done some ridiculous mods outside of the Steam Workshop too. Like somebody, a couple of guys from one of the Fire Pro forums just did like a new moves pack. Like they figured out how to hack new moves into the game. So they just added like 50 new moves.
Mm-hmm.
And let's see, what else was there with that? There was another... Oh, They've added camera angles. So, like, Fire Pro always has traditionally done the sort of isometric, deal. But some people, since the game is actually, the sprites are 2D, but the game is, the other assets are all 3D. People have done like a hard cam style view and like a dynamic angle that when you move certain places, the camera like cuts over to a different camera, which is kind of cool. I don't know that I need that, but it's cool that it exists. And people have, you asked me about arenas, I think, when I was playing it. Was it last weekend or the weekend before on the stream? And apparently people have hacked in for they're non-Steam Workshop mods, but there are mods now where you can actually change it to the Nitro set or the Raw set or the Halloween Havoc set or whatever.
You want barbed wire bum fires or steel plate and.
Yep.
Unfortunately, there'll probably be no picnic tables because it's not the.
Well, not until somebody adds the
97 set, but New Legacy Inc. says it thinks it comes out on PS4 in August, $50. Pretty sure it comes with all the DLC.
Yeah, that version will come with all the DLC. But I also only paid, I think, $20 for the Steam version in early access.
Yeah.
So that's
there's
the difference.
On Steam now,
I think it went up to 30 after it came out early access. I believe. But don't hold me to that. Why does the Warrior have like the weird Ric Flair bump? Yeah, that's super weird.
Yeah, where he just falls flat on his face. I don't know, that is weird.
I'm just getting gorilla pressed over and over by the Ultimate Warrior. He's probably going to throw me out now.
He'd be completely out of oxygen.
Yeah, he'd be blown up big time. But it is accurate in that he can't do a double axe handle more than like 3 inches into the ring.
Let's keep dunking on the Ultimate Warrior.
I'll never stop dunking on the Ultimate Warrior. Now his attention has been turned to Roddy Piper, so...
Yeah, New Legacy says Fire Pro Booker DLC is going to be $10, and the New Japan will also be $10, he thinks. So 30, 10, and 10. $50 makes sense. I agree with that.
I'm just gonna taunt a whole bunch to get my spirit raised.
I tend to come down on the idea that games are a little bit, especially indie games in a lot of cases, are a little bit cheaper than they maybe should be in a lot of cases. Like $20 for that Fire Pro game was probably too cheap.
Yeah, I mean it's not. It's only apparently the team that made it is only 10 people. So
yeah, I know, but that has nothing to do with how much the game is worth, quote unquote. You know.
Yeah, I mean that's fair.
I think most indie games could bump up their prices by $5 to $10 and be still a pretty good deal in most cases.
Yeah, I mean that's probably true. How does the Ultimate Warrior keep getting his fucking special? This is ridiculous.
Rob loves him. Poor Roddy Piper.
I don't think anybody has eliminated anyone except for me. Like I don't think the computer has like the proper AI routine to know that it has to throw people over the top rope.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna go to bed, and I'll catch you tomorrow morning. Finish up this Royal Rumble.
I just need to get a little bit of momentum, and Ultimate Warrior has this fucking special again. Now I just want to get the Ultimate Warrior out. That's my new goal. Yeah.
How many people are left? 14.
14, yeah.
Cannot slam Andre though.
It seems like you can't. It seems like nobody but Hogan can.
And that's realistic. That's real life.
Yeah, I mean, I think Warrior slammed him when they feuded.
Probably, yeah, I don't know.
And now Bret Hart. Oh, there goes the Warrior. And now Bret Hart has his special. I just gave Andre the Giant a pile driver, so there's that.
You just can't body slam him.
Yeah, yeah. Well, apparently the pile driver is Bret Hart's special. That's kind of weird.
I don't. Can you do specials when they're on the ground for submission holds? I don't remember how No Mercy works all that well.
I don't think that move. I don't think the ground moves changed in OG No Mercy.
Yeah.
But at this point, who the hell knows?
Yeah, I really don't remember. It's been a long time.
It used to be in some of the games, like if guys who had submissions would do like a spine buster and then just put on their submission.
Yeah. Miss the Royal Rumble, you don't want to do your you don't want to do your submission special anyway.
Well, you can wear them down that way, though.
I guess. Bad strategy in the Royal Rumble joke. Dancing Jack Red Madness says, "Hello, I got the new version of Duke 3D and already got all the achievements."
Is that an actual new version, or is it just like a re-release? I wonder.
have no idea. I think it's like a 20th anniversary thing, maybe. Well, that came out a couple of years ago, didn't it?
Let's say that already came out, didn't it?
I think so. I don't know. There is I don't know, did I mention this to you that they're putting out a new game
on the build engine or whatever?
Yeah.
Yeah. Or not the build engine. Is it the build engine?
It's the build engine, yeah.
Yeah. That came out already, didn't it?
I don't think it's out. I think it might be in early access.
In early access, sure. Oh, Project 64 has stopped working.
Oh.
Womp womp womp. Alright. I've had enough of that crashing on me.
This Ion Maiden.
Yes.
It has nothing to do with Bruce Dickinson, unfortunately.
Sadly. Well,
Steve
I think
Harris involved though, weirdly.
like EGM Steve Harris?
No, like the bass player from.
Oh, okay.
Both
Steve Harris's. Yeah. All right. Well, that was enjoyable. That was a look at the WWF Legends mod for
No Mercy.
For No Mercy. And I don't know. Depending on what happens next weekend, maybe I'll stream another wrestling game next weekend. I don't know. But we'll probably talk to all you fine
one
viewers.
That will crash all the time.
Yeah, maybe. We'll talk to all you fine viewers on Wednesday when we do something. I don't know what. We'll do something on Wednesday.
If Kurt's around, I might get him to play the
Sea of Thieves.
No, not Sea of Thieves, but A Way Out.
Oh yeah. I'd hang out for that.
Although apparently you can just play that with people.
What?
If one person owns it, then you can just invite somebody else to play it with you, and they can just download it and play it. Which is kind of neat.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
All right.
Anyway.
Sweet. All right. Well, thanks everybody who tuned in and hung out and was in the chat and everything, and we'll talk to you probably on Wednesday. Good night.
Bye.